Hey guys, we're here with our NPL Season 4 Week 3 battle against the Texas Tyrantrums and their coach RecklessBat, aka Nick. Nick will be in the description down below, so make sure you guys go check him out. A very good friend of mine, probably one of my best friends in the NPL and in the Pokemon community, so I 100% encourage you guys to go check him out. But real quick, we will go over the team that Nick decided to bring to this match. He has Mega Venusaur, Arcanine, Quagsire, Komala, Thundurus, and Clefable. So basically what I was expecting. Wasn't expecting Haxorus, wasn't expecting Behemoth, everything else had a chance to come. I thought Komala was less likely to come. Probably was going to be Spiritomb or Hawlucha, or potentially Doublade instead. But nonetheless, he did bring the Komala, which is fine. So looking at our matchup, I want to lead off with... Honestly, I'm not exactly sure what I want to lead off with, so I'm just going to lead off with a bulky Mon that could potentially get me some initiative, and I can play around specifically. I don't really have a dedicated lead to this matchup, so let's just go ahead and get started. I do believe that I'm going to lead off with Alolan Muck, as he does decide to lead off with the Komala, which is fine. He's probably just going to get U-turn initiative. Now, obviously, he did not bring the Haxorus, so my Air Balloon on my Klefki is a little bit more expendable, which will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Klefki, which will encourage him. Obviously, if he does decide to go for a U-turn, I can play around that. But if he does decide to go for like any other offensive move, I do resist it, and I'm in the advantage. So he's going to go ahead and U-turn out into his Arcanine, and he's going to be able to slap me with some Fire Stab. And I do not want that to happen, so I'm going to go ahead and make a switch out into my Dragalge, which is going to be my switch into this Arcanine that can comfortably take hits from it. The Flare Blitz is going to do about 40%. He does get a burn, which is unfortunate because that will be nullifying our Black Sludge recovery. So meaning we are not going to be gaining any health with Dragalge. We're always going to be constantly losing health or staying at the same health. So that's not good. But nonetheless, I'm in a position where I can pretty freely click Dragon Pulse. If he wants to bring in his Clefable, I can click Sludge Wave after. I was just kind of fearing the Quagsire switch in, so I didn't want to click Sludge Wave right there. So Dragon Pulse is going to do about 33% to the Venusaur, and that's easily recoverable damage. So predicting either an Earthquake or a Synthesis, I can get a free switch into my Zapdos. And I can scare him out with Air Cutter Reveal that I have it, and then that will make him want to stay in less. And if he does decide to go for an EQ, we do potentially kill with a crit. Whew. I need to just breathe, man. I'm sorry. You guys will see this match was pretty rough, so I'm in a nervous mode. I don't know why. I'm going to go ahead and slap him with an Air Cutter. We do get a crit. It does about 64% as he clicks Sludge Bomb. It does about 34%. He does get the poison, which is unfortunate because that will also be nullifying our leftovers. But that is okay. We will be able to play around it. Now, predicting a switch out into what will most likely be his Komala, I'm going to go ahead and make an aggressive play and go out into my Lopunny and be able to scare him out. And I want to figure out what his switch into Lopunny will be because he has like 4 good ones. So I want to figure out what his dedicated switch in was going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve and click Return. It's the safest play. I'm not in a position where I want to click High Jump Kick and try to hit the Komala. I could just click Return because he's going to reveal his switch in to be the Quagsire with Rocky Helmet. My return is doing about 41%. And obviously Quagsire has Recover, and that's recoverable damage. So predicting the recover, I'm going to go ahead and go out into my Zapdos. And just in case he wanted to attack me with a Scald, he can't burn me. If he wanted to click me, hit with an EQ, I'm immune to that. So I'm in a position where I go into my Zapdos and I can click Roost and get back some of my health that I've lost on Zapdos. He's going to go ahead and switch out into his Clefable here, which is a good opportunity for him to set up rocks. And this is a good opportunity for me to start executing my plan. So Zapdos is in here, but I'm going to go ahead and switch out into my Alolan Muck, which is my switch into this Clefable, and I'm going to go ahead and click Mean Look, predicting the Venusaur to switch in. If he does decide that his switch in is going to be Quagsire, I can go into Zapdos pretty freely once again, and that will be fine. At least we know his switch into Muck is going to be Quagsire. So he's going to go ahead and switch out into his Venusaur as I click Mean Look and trap this Venusaur in here. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. He's going to click Synthesis here. I figured he would be clicking Synthesis or Earthquake, and that's fine because the whole point of my investment is to be able to curse up in this Venusaur's face and not really give a shit. So he's going to click Earthquake here. It's going to be doing about 30% to be at +1, and that's an opportunity for me to get up to +2. As long as I don't play stupid, I can get a free rest off once I get it to probably +3. But he clicks EQ and does get a crit. That crit is going to be pretty significant because obviously crits ignore my stat boost, and that's going to be able to kill my Muck, which is unfortunate, but there's nothing that can be done about it, so we just got to play on. I'm going to go ahead and go into my Mew here and scare out this Venusaur with the potential for a Psychic. He's going to reveal his switch into my Mew to be the Komala, and Psychic is new about 30% to me. Komala does have pretty good special defense. Need to breathe. Need to breathe. So Dina or Mew is going to come back, and I'm going to go ahead and switch out my Klefki once again. If he does decide to click U-turn, then I'm in a position where I can't really take another hit with my Arcanine. But at this point, Klefki is pretty expendable. He did not bring the Haxorus, like I said, so it won't matter too much. So he brings in his Arcanine here, and honestly, all I'm going to do is, just in case he wants to overpredict for some reason, I'm just going to go ahead and Toxic this Arcanine, but he's just going to smack me with a Flare Blitz, and that's obviously going to be able to kill me. He's going to take a lot of recoil from the Flare Blitz and from the Life Orb, plus he's going to take Toxic damage, so that's pretty good damage on the Arcanine that I didn't even have to do. And I can go ahead and bring in my Lopunny and scare this thing out. I'm in a position here where I can pretty freely just click Return. I think I actually decide... What do I decide to do? Do I click Return again? No, that's right. I do click High Jump Kick because I know 2 High Jump Kicks will be able to kill this Quagsire. Knowing that a Return will most likely kill this Quagsire, assuming the rolls were right the last time I smacked it with a Return, and just in case he wants to go out into his Clefable, I am going to go ahead and click Return here. Return's going to do about 46 to the Clefable, which is decent damage, kind of what I was expecting to happen. And I'm in a position where he scares me out with a Moonblast, so I'm just going to go ahead and I believe I go out into my Dragalge, knowing that I can take the hit pretty freely. Moonblast is, or I'm sorry, he clicks Soft Boiled here, which is fine. He does recover off that damage. And I obviously scare him out with the Sludge Wave. And I do want to click Sludge Wave here because if he does decide to go out into Quagsire, then we'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and click Sludge Wave here because it will do a good chunk of damage to the Venusaur. Does about 32% to the Venusaur. And I'm in a position here where I could bring in my Mew, predicting the... or I don't bring in my Mew, that's right. I bring in my Zapdos, I believe. I'm in a position where I can bring in my Zapdos here, predicting the recovery move, and I can Roost up and play some Roost shenanigans with him and eventually scare him out, hopefully. Now, right here, I am going to speed this up because this is a lot of Roost stall. So we're just going to go into fast mode, and this is a lot of Roost stall. Him clicking Earthquake, him clicking Sludge Bomb. Now, it is important to remember that I do have the ability Pressure, which will be stalling out those moves, Earthquake and Sludge Bomb. Not what I'm trying to do. Honestly, I'm just trying to get up to a good chunk of health with Roost. Where I can smack him with an Air Cutter, and then force him to Roost, or force him to Synthesis, and I can get up to full, and then I can win that match one-on-one, in theory, minus rolls and whatnot. Because Sludge Bomb is doing about 38% max roll, it was what I found out. He does get a crit on that turn, with it does 55. So if I can get up to full, then I'm in a position where if I have stalled him out of Earthquakes and Sludge Bombs, then I can scare him out and I win this matchup one-on-one. Now he will have just as many Earthquakes and Sludge Bombs naturally as I do Roosts because of the ability Pressure. So, and I believe I've used 1 Roost already, and he's used, I think, like 2 Earthquakes already, and then like a 1 Sludge Bomb, so I am winning that one-on-one eventually, but it's just going to take a while. Now, right here, I'm in a position where I want to force him to Synthesis here, and I can get up to a full with the Roost, and then I can win the matchup with Air Cutter. Sludge Bomb does about 36%. Now, I'm in a position here where I just have to click Air Cutter a bunch and hope I can win this matchup one-on-one, but what I neglected to remember is my ability, or is my item being the Life Orb. So because of that recoil, I am not... Ooh, hold on. Don't scroll. What have you been doing? I'm not going to be able to win that one-on-one, but that's fine. Zapdos is going to go down, and now I do scare out this Venusaur. And I'm going to go ahead and click Nasty Plot. He is pretty much out of Sludge Bombs and Earthquake, so I'm going to go ahead and click Nasty Plot. I take about 30% from that Giga Drain, and I'm going to be able to kill with that Psychic. So at least it's not a 6-0. We have that going for us. So the Psychic is going to be able to drop the Venusaur. He decides to bring his Thundurus. So honestly, I'm just going to smack this thing with a Psychic. I do not want to let this thing set up with a Nasty Plot. Thunderbolt is fortunately not enough to kill me. We do get a crit on the Psychic. I am pretty confident that that did not matter, although I did not calc it, and I did not ask him his Thundurus set, so I do not know for sure, but I'm confident it did not matter. He's going to bring in his Arcanine here, and Arcanine's going to be able to kill me with an E-Speed, obviously. Now, I'm in a position here where it's not looking good for us. We have Lopunny, we have Dragalge left. This seems familiar. So, basically, I'm gonna have to play this game perfectly to even have a chance to win here. So I'm going to bring in my Lopunny here, which will obviously scare him out. He's going to go into his Quagsire. A High Jump Kick will be able to kill the Quagsire. Actually, a Return was also going to be able to kill the Quagsire, so I click Return. And obviously the Rocky Helmet damage means I take 40%. He brings in his Clefable here, and basically what I have to do is hope he over predicts and like clicks like soft boil predicting me to hit it or something like that. Either that or hope I can live burn damage, Moonblast, and rocks, and then take another one, and I'll be able to smack this thing with a Sludge Wave, because then Fake Out Return will be able to kill this Clefable. And then at that point, it's just a matter of can I live an E-Speed from Arcanine. But obviously I will not be able to take 2 Moonblasts, and he did not over predict. He made the good play. So Dragalge is going to go down to a Moonblast. And Lopunny is going to come back in here. Basically, I have to hope for like crit with Fake Out and Return. So I click Fake Out. I do not get a crit. I believe a Return was still a chance. Like high roll crit was still a chance. So obviously I have to smack him with a Return. I do not. It does about 45% to him. And Clefable is going to be able to kill me with a Moonblast. So we do take an unfortunate loss to the Texas Tyrantrums this week. We lose 3-0. That puts us at 1-2 on the season, which is unfortunate, but I mean, we did our best. That crit was huge, but again, nothing can be done about it, so I can't be mad about it. Nick's a very good friend of mine, so I don't want like that to be important. So, but we are going to drop to 1-2, and we might be making some transactions soon, because obviously something's wrong with this team. It might be a little bit too passive, which is like begging them to crit us and hacks us, because so maybe we do need to make some changes. I'm not sure yet. I will think about it. And we'll probably have transactions before a week 5 match. So, but week 5 is not important yet. Next week we do take on the Nevada Noiverns and their coach NoivernNation, a coach who I've never beaten before. So I'm actually really excited to play this matchup. I hope I can pull out a W. The matchup is a little bit 50-50 versus us as well, kind of like this match with Nick. So we will be seeing what happens in that match. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, a like and a subscription would be much appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.